Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Alpha Dean, and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Now today we have had the fusion landed inside the game. This fusion I am very much going for. I don't know what people's consensus are on the champion, however, I think that it's worth getting for the fact that he is a HP champion and is passive. His passive alone, I think people are not understanding how good this is going to be. If you think of how annoying that Mithraala is, and she's not HP based, the petrification that she does, I think if you build this guy tanky, he's just going to put a stop to a lot of people. And the person that I've got in mind is Predator. I think he's going to be so good against Predator. Predator is Force Affinity, this guy is Spirit, and if Predator hits him and gets petrified, he's not going to be able to evade. So I think this guy is getting overlooked massively, regardless of if he hits hard or not. He's got his Magnus Shield as well, which is going to be great for your Titus comps. I still haven't got a Titus composition together because I don't have Wixwell, but I think he's going to be amazing. Not necessarily for me straight away, but I will be using him in arena for the likes of Predator myself. I very much want to test this guy against Predator. So yeah, for anybody that's not used to these fusions anyway, what you've got to do is you do have to collect 4 of the rares. You level them to level 40, as it's shown in the picture. You've got to ascend them, and then each one of these, lots of 4, get fused into one epic. Then you've got to do that 4 times, and then same with your epics. You've got to level them to 40, then upgrade them to 5-star, get them to 50, ascend them, do that total of the 4 times, and then that will go into your legendary champion. And you've got to do this, by the way, before this time comes to an end. If you forget to fuse this guy, even though you've got all your components, if you forget to click fuse, you will not get this fusion champion. So I can't stress that enough. Make sure that you fuse him. Okay? So let's get on to what I think is, well, it was extremely annoying, and that's this anniversary path. The fact that it's landed on day 1 is just super annoying. I just didn't want to have to deal with it. I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to work out all these numbers and whatnot. I was just looking forward to getting the fusion plan and thinking, right, this is what I'm doing over the next 2 days. But no, we had to get all this as well. However, I didn't deal with it straight away, to be fair. I left the game for about an hour and a half. But I have come back to it, and I have worked out the numbers, and I will share them with you guys now. So if you are going for this fusion, you do need to pick up both of these components. So unfortunately, we're going to need 3 keys. We've got to get 2 to open this lock, and we've got to get 1 for this. So it don't matter which route that you take, they're all the same on each side, so you just gotta get 3 of them. Whichever rewards you find to be the most useful for your account, just take that route. So there is also the epic here. Now the epic, depending on how you're looking at it, it is really good value, to be fair. Like, I can't say that it's not. However, it is something that I am not going for. Right, I will just break down the points first for these rares, tell you what it is. So for the 3 keys and to pick up both of these rares, it's going to cost you 37,500 points. So if we look at that in terms of your sacred shards, because that is what the majority of us use, it is where we use sacred shards. So in terms of sacred shards, it's 37,500 points divided by 4,500, which gives us a total of 8.335. So a little over 8 sacred shards to get us 2 rares. Now this epic is the equivalent of 4 of these, and the point total for us to get all the way to this point is going to be, so if we do divided by 4,500, it gives us, so it's actually only to get the epic, which is insane value. However, like I said, I'm not going for this guy, and the reason that I'm not going for him is because if we do take a quick look at the calendar that's out for this, the only reason that I want to be using shards is if I can save them in other places. So for me, I'm not going to have an issue time-wise, I don't believe, in completing the other events. If you are, then grab this epic. You know, it makes total sense to do it, and I wouldn't blame you for doing it. However, if you can complete the other events, I'd suggest that you take the route that I'm doing, and that is just to avoid him, because you're not going to save shards further down the line if your account's anything like mine. So the reason that I'm not getting him is because the only other summoning session that we've got going on is on the Friday, and it's a champ chase, so you're not actually going to need to pull that many shards. And if you do, we have got the champ training event, as you can see, look, going on alongside it, so we can pull mystery shards. It's a good time to pull your mystery shards. And not only that, if we look at your fusion, this is a standard fusion, so like I said, we need to fuse these into this guy, so we are going to be getting points here. So we'll probably pick up at least 750 by that point, I'd have surmised. 750 points just through fusing these three, right? And then alongside that, if you've got remnants, you can summon your remnants. As you can see, I have got 2. I've also got 2 of my summoning pools. So as you can see, these points will add up. I've got a couple of these, nothing to write home about that I can do. But yeah, I'm not really too fussed about them. What? I don't know why I clicked off of that there. I've also got 2 of these that I definitely want to be summoning. As you can see, I have got a lot more, but I definitely want to be pulling in Noljua and Basim. So that's another 1,000 points right there. So like I said, for me, it's just not worth doing. And then, like I said, I've got a load of mystery shards, over 1,000 there. So yeah, I am going to have to pull some as well for the mystery shards, I believe, to get that champ training sorted. So that's why it doesn't make much sense for me to be doing it. Okay, one thing that I do want to point out to you as well, while I was going over this, I did forget to mention that all these points are standard, they are what they normally are, and that's for this type of event. However, what I didn't say, well, what I forgot to say, is that this event actually gives you better value for your ancient shards than, say, a normal summoning session would. So a normal summoning event, these would be a lot lower, 100 and something I believe that they are. So yeah, it's a lot better value to be opening your ancient shards in this type of event. Not only that, we've also got going on at the minute a nice little boost here. Not here, sorry, here. I mean, this progressive chance is quite nice, especially if you've not got Geo. I mean, Geo, what a character this guy is. Like, if you've not seen how good he is in Grim Forest, I mean, you want to be picking him for Grim Forest. Let's just leave it at that. But I have got videos on him for like Lashun and Mate Storm areas as well. I think that I use him in there as well. He just comes in so clutch for me. But yeah, brilliant time to be pulling this for this point here. You know, you're summoning a legendary champion and you get another one for now. Quality little bonus there. So I have worked them points out for your ancients, and you can get the entirety of it done, the whole 37,500 you can get done in 125 ancients. So that would leave me with 98 ancients to spare. Now I'm not going to do the entirety of it with these ancients because it makes no sense. I want to be more efficient than that. So my plan of action is going to be to pull hopefully around 90 of these, and I'll be doing that tomorrow. The reason that I'm doing it tomorrow is because of this time. I'd love to leave it another couple of days, but this guaranteed extra legendary, it's only for these next 2 days. So although we've got 4 days on this, we've only actually got your 2 days on here. So yeah, just be mindful of that as well, guys. If that's something that you're planning to do, don't forget this time limit. But my plan of action, like I say, is going to be to run the Ice Golem. So I'll be running Ice Golem today just with free energy, and then tomorrow I will switch out. I'll be doing Ice Golem still with all my free energy and whatnot, but then I'll also be using my refills from here. And also I have been prepping for this. We all knew that this fusion would come in, so I have left areas in my green forest, such as here, very close to my energy. I've left, is there one down here? I've left one heal up, goes to this energy, one away from this energy, one away from this energy. So it is something that I have been prepping for. And yeah, all my energy, like I said, Ice Golem, stage 20 with food tomorrow. So that will boost my champ training up as well. And then from there into my shards, and I should get it done nicely. I'm not really going much further than them 48 hours because, as we all know, life happens and it just gets in the way of things. Whatever plans that we had already on the agenda, it has to change. So yeah, I'm not going beyond that. I will be releasing videos probably daily anyway, so if you want to know what I'm up to inside the game, then just follow along. Yeah, other than that, I've been Alpha Dean. This has been a Raid Shadow Legends video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.